We were wrong the whole time. We were wrong the whole time. They are definitely not the most evil in the galaxy, but the most evil in the universe are these parasitic reptilians. So this soul trap, the heaven soul trap, they're not feeding off of us. No. What they're doing is they're using our consciousness as a tally for a ritual. Like when you give yourself freely to into the heaven light, right? When you go in there, and it kind of like tallies your consciousness, it tears it from it, and it sends your soul back over here to go back to Earth to grab another consciousness. Like, and they're using these tallies, and they did this like 5 times, like over the past 64,000 years. 64,000 years is 5 times 12,800, and the Younger Dryas was the last 12,800, and before that was, of course, you know what I'm saying, like something south, you know what I'm saying, like 25,600. Well, they're almost done. This is it. Like, I had a dream that the asteroid that's coming is much larger than they say it is, much larger, and it's coming much more faster. Like if you look at why have a 4% chance of hitting the moon, but yeah, it shows this big gouging path across our whole planet, right? So I knew for a little while now, I was like, I thought about, I'm going to die by this asteroid, but I never thought about how everyone else was going to deal with this. And it's a life changer, let me tell you. And this is going to happen. 2032, February 20, December 22nd. Wow, I keep saying February. December 22nd. When the asteroid comes through, it's a done data for us. But see, I came to think that the soul trap is this ritual, and they're going to have enough souls by the time they're done to do something evil to the source, the real God. See, they got you thinking to go into this thing to go to God, be a God, beat your ancestors, rest your weary bones after this long, terrible life. They're making it hard on us. You know, the parasitic reptilian thing, it really does fill in all the blanks, and it makes a lot of sense. You should really think it. I'm writing a book right now. When I'm done, you're going to know. You know, you take a human, 0 to 18 years old, right? Raised good, got good manners. That person's fine. Then why are we witnessing so much evil in the world? I'll tell you why. Because something evil is in the world. And it's not us. It's not us. Who would make these decisions? Like, why would they? Every 4 years you swap out the president and get a new president? Like, what good does that do? Like anybody? Like, and two always debating sides. What? From what I understand, the banks were cut out with the whole declaration or whatever. But all we know was a lie anyway. I already like, yeah, I already proved all this stuff. I'm not going to talk about that right now. You know, watch my other videos and stuff. Yeah, I'm getting ready to write a book, all that. So I have a mission. I have a goal. I have something to say. I have something to do, and it's my purpose in life now. I have my purpose. I'm a prophet upon the land. I can tell you every real fact about the world you live on, which is called Terra. It's not called Earth. Earth is a habitat on Terra. Terra's about 4.5 million kilometers circumference. She's a big girl. Earth is merely 53,000 kilometers total perimeter space. That's all we got. Don't let them lie to you. So I've discovered all these things. Tell you a whole lot more. Tell you about the sun, how it's just a fusion reaction being maintained and contained by the moon and its magnetism. About how you angle the heat. You can do that. You can angle the heat using the magnetic block. You can, when you do that, something very fantastical happens. It negates all of the dangerous UV rays that would be coming from a fusion reaction. It negates them. So you get all this light, no heat at the Arctic and the Antarctic. That's why they will never melt. They don't get no heat. They get all that light 6 months straight, no heat. They don't melt. And also, we don't get no UV ray, dangerous UV rays on us because they do this. The moon's a magnetic monster with the ability to manipulate magnetic fields to the tune of a large star. And we need to realize that, you know, the reptilians have already taken this over, and we're a test subject for them, and they're going to do something evil to the source, the real God. They're going to do something evil. And one thing you got to look at when it comes to the shape of the earth is the shape of the earth in our minds, because without seeing it from the outside looking in, that's all we really got. So it's whatever you see, you perceive. I perceive this, I perceive that, I perceive that fucking wiffle ball bat. So whatever you think it is, so do the math. If something's 53,000 kilometers in circumference, whether it's jagged as hell with long oblong shorelines or whatever they try to say out the fucking side of their dick, you spread that out to a circle, it's still going to be 53,000 kilometers. Just spread it out to a circle then. Do that. So, what is your fucking argument? The equator is only 40,000 kilometers in circumference. That's it. You'd say, that's it. Oh, Mike, that's the equator. That's the biggest. It's not. The Antarctic ice sheet is 53,000 kilometers in circumference. They can say all they want to about it's a jagged shoreline or whatever. You turn that out to a circle, it's still going to be humongous. And what that tells you is that we're not getting rounded down to a planet. That's what they want you to think, because they want you to think, why am I going to continue on inland? There's just going to be the center of this big ice country down here. Nothing to see here. No reason to keep going. But if you do keep going, there's a sun. You find another sun. You got to go far away, but you can't get there because there's 55 armies at that wall making sure you do not go there. Before the 1958 decree was signed, the treaty, inside the Encyclopedia Britannica, it said that Earth was flat. It said it right there in the Encyclopedia Britannica before 1958, before they signed the treaty. But it's not flat. Everything is round. A droplet of water, when it falls down in our atmosphere, the pressure in all sides is making it turn into a sphere. This is why things are round in space. Not because it's a vacuum, but because it's a liquid plasma. And it's rounded, okay? Copy? Everything's round in space. You ask any pilot, it's flat. They say it's flat. It can't be flat. What it is this planet that we're on is 4.5 million kilometers in circumference. And we necessitate only a 1.08% of this humongous fucking planet. We can't see the break. Get it together. Do you understand? We could not be the ones that are causing all this evil in the world. We're not. We're being used. Our whole life is a sham. Everything we've been told is a lie. They're killing us. All the rich people, all the elite, you see a man, born a man. But when he gets to a certain station in life, they come with the worm. They come with the motherfucking parasite. They offer this movie star, hey, you know what I'm saying? You want to, you know what I'm saying? Because they got demons in them. Performers and shit, they got demons in them. Demons possess them. You know what demons are? They're the ghosts of reptilians. That's what that's what goes on. There's no heaven. There's no hell. Heaven is a construct that if you go into it, it's going to rip your consciousness from your soul, put your soul in the dugout, and it's going to come back to earth and grab another consciousness. Because what it is, it's a tally for a ritual that they're going to use against the real God, which is the consciousness of the universe. Look at all throughout history. I want to give 2 shots out right now. One to the little girl who did the genealogy of all the presidents and found that they all trace back to one motherfucker. And another for the guy who noticed the black eyes in all the elites. Why are they having black eyes? I'm going to give some big 2 shout outs to those motherfuckers right there. Pointed the way. Pointed the way. These aren't conspiracy theories. We're being taken over and we're being sacrificed. Look at the way that they talk about pizza. You know? Like there's some big inside joke. There is a big inside joke. It's a really big inside joke. I saw something happened like in the early 2000s or something. I saw something came across the news that like there's a big child trafficking ring going on in the government or something like that. I can't believe they put it out there like that. I didn't hear no more of that real fast. I didn't get to look in. I didn't hear no more about that. That just went away. But they are. That's everything. The Pizzagate was real. Pizzagate was real as fuck. You know what I'm saying? The DC police wasn't going to investigate it, and it's a pizza place next door anyway. You know, people are like, have you heard of all these aliens and shit? Why do you feel that you need disclosure? You're never going to get disclosure. You are a food source in a refrigerator. Earth is a refrigerator for the reptilians. Each one of these planets that we have here have an axis. You know how special axis is? Axes are real special. And ours is by magnetism, and so are the other ones. If you have an axis, it's by magnetism. Something free-flowing in gravity, if something was to get something spinning, all right. Something spinning in zero gravity, for instance, it will add in any extra inertia and add that into its spin. So when it goes to tilt for the seasons, it would not be able to just be tilting and just come back and all that. Like it would throw it all out of whack. You understand? You know what I'm saying? It would throw it all out of whack. And it don't. It keeps it nice on a nice sturdy little axis. I'll tell you something you might not know. Nobody's ever told you. Each one of these planets has an axis, and each one of these planets, if none of them are frozen like ours is without sun there, then there's a habitat just like ours on each one of these motherfucking planets. And we can't see it, so we don't know. Because everything we know is a lie. So if you can say that all these planets are barren, bet they're not. Bet they're not. I bet there's a colony of people with a soul trap harvesting our souls. Just like ours. You know, it's hard for me to feel any worse about this than I feel myself. Like, I feel like I let everybody down because I've completely figured everything out, and I should have a lot sooner. But like everyone else, I was busy. I didn't really take the time. You know, what started it was title locking. You know, title locking, they're lying to us like a fucking big shit. And then from that, I go on to prove how the moon is magnetic and tidal locking is magnetic and our sun's a fusion reaction. And the moon and the sun are both in our atmosphere with us. That's what makes it so weird when you see this 4% chance of this asteroid in 2032 hitting our moon. It's not going to hit the moon. It's going to hit the sun. Just like it has the previous 4 times that it came through our atmosphere. The South American cultures, they catalog these 5 humanities. And each of the 5 humanities start anew, you know, at the end. And this is our turn to find out why. Why? This asteroid that's coming to us in 2032, the one that caused the Younger Dryas and the one before that, 25,600 years ago, is the asteroid that's set to come through because it wipes us because they're harvesting our souls, no doubt. And they're just going to do a big collection. Like, they figure it's better to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Less energy they have to impose. You know what I'm saying? They just keep everything a secret. We can, you know, keep them as a refrigerator, and then it wipes them. So what we were supposed to do is motherfucking concept and dick. All right. What we were supposed to do, we were supposed to see this asteroid, but we were supposed to have the reptilians blocked out. And we were supposed to see this asteroid, and we were supposed to push it away. Push it away because it's going to come through and it's going to wipe us out. And we were supposed to know that. And we were supposed to block it and throw it away. The only chance we have left now is if we were to take over the moon and use it to flick this asteroid that's coming away. That's all I do. That's it. Which ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen.